Greetings, 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 Soros, Philos, friends, rowers, rosebuds, Sigma gents, all of those who are watching us out there in YouTube land. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Captivating Conversations. My name is Sora Lauren T. Bates, life member number 1704, Centennial Anti-Bacillus of the newly reactivated Zeta Zeta Sigma chapter in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hello, because that's where I live. And today, for our guests, we have none other than Sor L. Chanel Dickerson. Now, let me just tell y'all about her real quick, okay? In case you didn't know, I'm gonna give y'all her stats real fast, and then I'm gonna just add a personal note, like I told y'all I was gonna do on these last few episodes because I love us. So she is currently the corporate sponsorship chair for Central Region. She be getting us the money. Okay, she was inducted into Delta Alpha chapter, which is in Texas at Texas Prairie View A&M in spring of 1999. She's a current member of Delta Sigma in Chicago, which y'all know is a large chapter. Hello, it's a lot of them, but we love them. Okay. She is currently a Ruby status, and in her professional life, she is a creative consultant for Candy Coated Creatives. And you know, she's like one of these Soras that I'm telling you, if you see her at conference, you know, and you get a chance to have a conversation with her, you are going to learn some things. Okay. She is very lovable. She's super intelligent, but she give it to you straight, no chaser all the time. And it's always coming from a place of love. And I love her. So that's just how we roll around these parts. So welcome, Sor Dickerson. Round of applause. Thank you for coming on to the show today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. You know, I love you. So it's nothing. It's nothing. Exactly all day. So something she said to me before we got started today is just like, oh, I'm so proud of you. You have all of these episodes. And I was just like, I really wasn't thinking about it like that. But, you know, by the time our season gets done, which will be on June 23rd, it'll be 19 episodes. That's 19 conversations. So I'm just like, oh, go me. Because, you know, sometimes you just do the work and you don't really give yourself the recognition because it's not about you. None of this is about me. This is about y'all, the sisterhood. So I do this for you all. I don't do this for me because most of the people that have been on the show, I already know them.
But you need your props though.
Thank you. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But that's not why we, you know, well, I'll speak for myself. That's not why I do a lot of the stuff that I do for the sisterhood. I do it because I love you all and I love this organization. So that's why we're here. Okay. So I just want to start there, you know, because she gave me some props before we started. And I was just like, I didn't even think about it like that because that's what she does. You know,
we're a reflection of each other.
That's what she
you
does.
shine, I shine.
That's why I love her. Together. Like we together. Okay. So we're going to jump right in to our questions today. Don't forget, we have our countdown coming up at the end and have a few teasers about some future episodes coming up before the end of the season. So, Sor Dickerson, where is your happy place?
My happy place? Mm-hmm. I'm so grateful that my happy place now is in my thoughts. Once upon a time, that was not a place I wanted to be because I had negative thoughts, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I am constantly retraining my consciousness and I just enjoy the thoughts that I have. And so when I am ready to experience something new, I like to turn within, and my happy place is my thoughts. Whatever I want, I can do, be, and have whatever I want. So my happy place, legit, I can honestly say, is in my thoughts. I am so grateful for that.
That's a great place to be. It's interesting that you know, see, I never know what to expect of anybody's answer, to be perfectly honest with you, when I write these questions. So I'm always curious, you know, even for people that I know, I'm still curious to see what they, you know, are going to say. And your thoughts being your happy place is like, just sounds like the ultimate peace.
It is. And I love it. And then after I've had my moment of being in my thoughts and I've accepted it, I know whatever I thought is my truth, then I'm out here in this reality, and whatever I'm thinking about, I pretty much expect it to happen. So it's real. The moment I think about it, everything started with a thought. Even captivating conversations, it started with a thought. So everything that we have, everything that we can do, be and have, it really just starts with a thought. And I'm just so glad that I'm in a place in my life where my thoughts are mostly positive than negative. So it's a good place to be.
That's great. That is very awesome. Hopefully we can all get to that place where your happy place is just your thoughts, because that could just lead to your peace. And that's something that we all need. So I like that. I like that. If you could live any place in the country, where would it be and why?
Oh, in the country. Because I was about to say, if I could live anywhere, like period.
We can change it to anywhere.
Okay, so if I could live anywhere right now, I would live in Switzerland.
Neutral. Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
2 words. Tina Turner. I love Tina Turner. Yeah, I love Tina Turner. And Tina was like, I'm out of here. Peace. I'm out of here. I'm going to Switzerland. Baby.
That house. Man.
Tina Turner. Tina's living her best life. So you know what?
Living her best life. She said, goodbye, America. I will never see you again as a resident. I'm out.
She gone. And all I'm saying is I'm going to Switzerland. And if I really like it, let me get my roll. Go ahead and let me try the chapter up in Switzerland. We the Switzerland chapter. Let's do it.
Can we get Tina as an honorary? Because we love her.
We need to hurry up because Tina's over all of this. Tina's like, look, I know where I'm going after this.
She been over it. She been over it. If y'all haven't watched her documentary on HBO, it's just
Tina Turner. Switzerland.
Tina.
I'm going to Switzerland.
All right, Switzerland. I stay passport ready, so I will come visit you. I'm just saying.
Oh, come on, girl.
I stay passport ready. Where do you like to spend your free time?
So my free time, where I like to spend it, believe it or not, so I live in Chicago. I'm a city girl all day, but I do have Southern tendencies. But I'm a city girl, born and raised south side of Chicago. And believe it or not, I spend my free time sometimes, I ride the train. And it's not just to get where I need to go. I actually ride the train for inspiration. I people watch. And believe it or not, I look at ads, like the ads that are like on buses. And I look at that and it inspires me. I look at different fonts, different designs. I come up with various ideas. And people think like, okay, when you look at a creative, they're making your graphics or something like that. We just sit down and we just do it. No, sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time. I do my research. I research the client. I know what they like. I embody who they are. And if I'm stuck, I literally will leave out and I look at other designs. I study people design. I have designs on my phone. I mean, I just, and in my place, when I have free time, if I'm not working on anything, believe it or not, I prepare myself for the next job. And I train and I come up with various ideas based off of what I see. And I come home and open up my laptop and get to work.
That's the life
really work to me.
Creative. It's not if it's that's what you love to do. It's just like creative. You like artsy creative. Other people are like, musically creative. Some people are writing creative. So it's just like, as a writing creative, inspiration comes from everywhere. And people watching is like, you can get so much from people watching. I love people watching at the airport.
Oh, yes.
I love people watching at the airport. I'm always early for my flight. thanks to my grandpa, I'm always early for a flight. I just can't help it. But I love to people watch at the airport. I don't know why.
It's funny you say that,
but
because I'm with you. People watching at the airport, I will purposely, just like you, I purposely will get to the airport early. And I have a thing for airport bars. I find an airport bar, what's up to the bartender, and then I just start people watching. Sometimes people come sit next to you. It's just interesting to talk to people from wherever.
Wherever. Yeah.
And that strikes up all types of creativity as well too. I love to meet people. It's the greatest.
People watching at the airport, it's just, because it's just like, then your mind gets like, that curiosity is just like, oh, so where are you going? What are you doing? Like, that type of thing. Like, and then you talk to people, like, I don't know if, when you travel, sometimes if I'm traveling by myself, which happens on occasion, I'll talk to the person that's next to me if they feel like having a conversation, because I love to talk to people. Hello, I'm doing a talk show. But, when I went to Belize, and I was sitting next to this lady, I had fell asleep. She gets a little form, the international form for me. And she was just like, kind of put it in her seat. It was holding it until I woke up. And I woke up. She's like, I didn't want to wake you. I was like, oh, no problem. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. And then they came by. It was like, would you all like a drink? Yeah, I'm sitting in I'm sitting in Delta Comfort. It's free. Yeah, I want a drink. So she was just like, I have a margarita. And I was like, I'll have one too. And we sat there for like the rest of the flight, had margaritas and talked. It was like another hour and a half we had to go before we got to Belize. It was just a good time. And her husband was just like, really?
Really.
He was sitting on the end. He was sitting on the end, like, for real. He just kept looking like, y'all still talking. Like, yes, we are. We were having a nice chat, sir.
You.
Thank you very much. Don't be a hater. Okay. So sticking with traveling here for a moment, where is the next place on your bucket list that is a must that you have to go?
So this trip sounds simple,
okay,
but it's a big deal to me. So my next trip, I don't know if it's going to be the next trip, but what is on my bucket list is to go to Hawaii. I know I've never been to Hawaii before. Okay. But let me tell you why I want to go to Hawaii.
I'm ready.
So in case your viewers do not know this, the reboot of Magnum PI is shot in Hawaii, right?
Okay.
And if you've ever seen the reboot, there is an actor on the show named Stephen Hill. He plays Theodore.
Okay.
If you do not know who he is,
I'm gonna Google him when we get
done. Or Google him or whatever.
I'm gonna Google him when we get done.
Because Stephen Hill is fine. Okay. So when I go to Hawaii, okay, I am going to meet up with Stephen Hill, and he's going to ask me out on a date, and I'm going to say yes, and we're going to have a great time, and then I'm going to go back to the club. Thank you. So that's why Hawaii is on my list. Girl, I got to meet Stephen Hill, honey.
Come on, Stephen Hill. Listen, fly her out to Hawaii so y'all could go out on y'all date, okay? Gosh, what are you doing, bro? Get it together.
Man,
she is waiting on you. She live in Chicago.
Holla at me, Stephen Hill. You know what? And I'm a master manifester.
I know.
This will happen.
It is going to happen. I believe you because I know you are a manifester. So it's going to happen. And I'm going to be looking, I'm like, there they go.
There he go. With her. Yep.
There they go. Because that's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I already know that's going to happen. So, all right, Stephen Hill, I'm going to look him up so I can see it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Yep. They cute. Mm-hmm. Together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Girl, look him up. You're going to be like. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
You might be like, and I see him. Amen.
Nah, because then my boo would kill me, and then
we don't want
we don't want that.
Don't say that.
Oh yeah, we don't want we don't want that. Okay. I don't want those problems. Okay.
No.
Okay. No. So this next question, it may ruffle some feathers for some of the viewers out there. However, I have experienced this personally, but I wanted to ask someone who had a longer experience of time with this than myself. So, because I already know what the answer is to the question, but I want somebody else to tell y'all. Is there a difference in being a soror in the South as opposed to being a soror in the North?
Absolutely. Yes. But there are some commonalities between the two as well. Mm-hmm. And this is just my experience. I'm definitely not speaking for anyone, but as you know, I came in into Sigma Gamma Rho, was inducted Delta Alpha Chapter, Prairie View A&M University, which is not far from Houston, Texas. And when I was an undergrad, and even when I moved back, I had lived in Dallas for a few years as well. When I lived in Texas, my life as a soror in Texas, and even in the Southwestern region, I've always experienced or watched sorors down there be extremely hospitable. I mean, I am always, and I put emphasis on this, I'm always having a good time with sorors in the South. They're going to make sure you eat. They're going to make sure you drink. They're going to make sure you have a good time. Where you going? What do you like? They will ask you a whole laundry list of stuff before you get down there.
Yes.
Look, Texas is kind of like home to me, but people still treat me like a visitor. Like, sir, what do you need? Are you okay? Would you want to go back to the spot? Yes, I want to go back to the spot. You're hungry? You want to? Okay, where you sleeping? You all right? You can come over.
You need a place to stay?
All of that. Even now, I don't even live there anymore. And I have had so many sorors like, are you coming back? So I've been back in Chicago
for a long time.
A long time. But are you coming back? Because we left the light on for you. We just want to know. We left the light on for you. Yes. Well, you just let us know because the light is on for you. And I've just always experienced sorors in Texas, just always being hospitable. And I even embraced that as well. Sorors in the North, particularly in the Chicagoland area, and actually I would say this even about really a lot of sorors in the Midwest, Central region, or what have you. And I actually love this trait about sorors up North is that sorors here are extremely assertive. If they want something, they will get it. I don't care what it is. Like, it's just like, and it's real smart about it too. It's like, there's no illegal stuff going on. It's just like, look, I want it and I'm about to have it. Are you with me? We don't.
Yeah.
What? So I love assertiveness. And I think, being inducted in one region and then living in another, I feel like I've always had the best of both worlds. And I think that's actually one of the reasons why I joined Sigma Gamma Rho anyway, is because we're so eclectic. Nobody is alike, yet at the same time, everybody is the same. It's like the weirdest thing. Like sometimes I actually sit here and really think about that,
how did that happen?
How does that happen? Okay. So everybody is different. I really encourage sorors to, take the time to not only obviously travel, but go to different conferences. Don't just wait to Boulay to go to different cities for sorority events. Go to different conferences and then different regions for their conferences. And then also, if you know that a local chapter is having something and it seems like something you want to do, make plans to attend it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you live thousands of miles away, but it sounds like an event you want to go to. Well, put your money aside, soror, and go to the day party. Go to the wine tasting. Go to the networking event that they're having, and you'll be shocked to see that a lot of us are not only so much alike, but our eclecticness is just so it's so attractive.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like this. And it captures me every time. So that is, I would say, the difference between being a soror in the North versus a soror in the South. But I will say the one thing that stays the same is the love.
Yeah.
I've always gotten love. I never gotten shaded wherever I go since the moment I became a member in spring 99. I remember right after my induction, I went back home. I had a friend that went to U of I, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a culture shock for me because I had just learned how to stroll, right? And I'm thinking I'm doing good, right? And then I get up here.
He was like,
and it was footwork, and I was like, "You doing the stroll?"
Just wait a minute, hold on, I didn't get that. But
let me tell you, I caught on real quick because you're not gonna leave me. Because I'm telling you, sorors up north, assertive. Bye. You better come on. So I was like, yes. So I just like that eclecticness and just being able to pick up all of these different beautiful characteristics of Sigma, and then I make it my own. You will never meet the same Sigma twice.
Now that is a fact. I haven't met the same Sigma twice yet, and it's not. Which for me is like part of the uniqueness of being in this organization.
It is,
because it's just like, oh, duplicate. What's that?
Copy? No copies around here.
Copy? What's that? What's what?
Right. What?
Oh, okay. Is that? Oh, that ain't us.
No, it's not.
That ain't us.
Yeah, I love that. Love the variety. Love the eclecticness, and it's always a great experience.
Yeah, I highly recommend that sorors go travel to other regions because I travel a lot, and every time I'm in another region, I always be like, "Hey, I'm coming to your area." I mean, I've had sorors take me, out to lunch, out to dinner. I had a soror and her husband to come pick me up from the airport one time. She was like, "Oh, he could come get you." I was like, "No, it's okay." She was like, "No, he'll be there."
He come get you.
I was like, okay, because I'm not finna argue with you. Right. If you said he's coming, he's coming. Thank you very much. Okay. Because I'm like, I'm not arguing, especially now with the older soror. She was like, no, he'll come get you. What's your flight number? I was like, but I can no. I'm like, yes.
And you said it was the older soror too? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just like, yes, ma'am. Well, I was like still relatively new, and I was going to like a conference or something that was not like sorority related, and I was not going to a place where I had a ton of family that was like anywhere close by or whatever. So I was staying at a hotel, and I just reached out at one of the groups on Facebook like, hey, I'm coming in town, I just want to meet sorors in the area. And she sent me a message, and she sent her husband to come get me. She was like, oh, I can't come get you, but he can. And I was like, well, you don't have to. I could just, catch the shuttle from the airport to the hotel. She was like, no, he can come get you. And then they took me out to dinner and then dropped me off at my hotel afterwards. So I was just like,
thank you. So
thank you. I appreciate that. So, it's stuff like that. Just like, makes me smile.
Yeah.
So coming from a chapter such as yours that has a lot of sorors in it and a lot of seasoned sorors in it, do you have a favorite seasoned / old school soror that's in your chapter?
I do. I have a couple of them, but there's one particular soror that I really want to mention because she has been so instrumental in my Sigma life since I came to Delta Sigma, and that is soror Jacqueline Roten.
Okay.
Oh my God. Like every time I talk to soror Roten, I want to cry. Like, I mean, I'm just like, oh my God. Like she's soft-spoken, but she always has a message or some form of inspiration. And it's almost like I mean, she just makes you want to just strive even harder for Sigma. I like the fact that well, she's one of them Delta Row girls, you know, you're a vibe, so you know it's all good. And she has her background is in medicine, pharmacy, she's nursing, she does and actually that's kind of how we connected. So initially, Sora Roden and I met at a repast. And
okay.
I was fairly new to Delta Sigma, and a soror, someone in her family had transitioned and had asked for sorors to come out and just help out, you know, for the repast. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna come out. And I got there fairly early, and Sora Roden was there, and we just started talking or whatever. And it was just so natural. Okay, cool. And then she was obviously working on Project Cradle Care because background and everything. And so she was asking me to make a flyer or something like that. And then we just started talking on the phone because I was just working with her for her committee.
Right.
And as we just kept talking, she just got to know me better. And I was the PR chair for the chapter. And she was like, this is her voice, Laura Dickerson? You should run for region of Astoria. So I was like, oh, ain't nobody for the rub it on. I was like, look, okay, I'm making these little flyers for you and you know, doing little PR stuff for Delta Sigma. Okay, cool. I'm holla at you, whatever. And she would talk to me and she would inspire me and encourage me. And at times I'd be like, I don't think I could really do it. Yes, you can, Sora Dickerson. Sing her first. And I'd be like, okay, all right, whatever.
And look at that. You became the Central Region Episodius. Oh, for 2 terms.
She really encouraged me because I hadn't thought about it. I wasn't going to do it. And actually, and I'll be very transparent with you and with the audience because this is the importance of just really having really intimate relationships with sorors. When I left Texas, I wasn't interested in being in any type of leadership. I was actually ashamed because when I was living in Dallas, I had lost everything. I had lost my job and I was just like, I got to go back to the crib. I got to go back home. And I had to resign from the position I had at the time. I was region grammatius for the Southwestern region. And I had to resign because I lost my job. And me personally, I thought it was embarrassing. And I said, oh, I won't be running for anything else. I just want to be low key. And then I transferred to Delta Sigma thinking I'm going to be able to hide in the chapter. That didn't exactly happen.
No.
But because somebody saw me, even when I tried to hide, somebody saw that little glimpse of a light. And they used their flame to ignite mine and encourage me to do something that I didn't think that I could do. I really did. I didn't even think about it. And that's what we need. We that's what the light is.
Right.
Your light is shining and you see someone whose light is a little bit dim when you help them ignite theirs. And Sora Roden has been that for me. She has been absolutely amazing, encouraging. She's always pouring into me. When I became a Ruby, Sora Roden came to my house, gave me a Ruby t-shirt, a whole little gift bag and everything. He was like, Sora Dickerson, for you. I was like, oh.
I like her. I like her.
That girl, I'm telling you. She touched my heart.
You about to start crying right now. You about to start crying.
So yeah, it's good to have. And I hope that what she has poured into me, I can be that soror for a younger soror that's coming up. And someone says, you know what, I was inspired by Sora Dickerson and she came over in my house and gave me a Ruby t-shirt. What, I'm gonna do that for somebody one day because somebody did it for me. And that is legacy. That's how you keep, that's the circle of life. That is how we're going to survive after Centennial, another 100+ years. We have to keep sowing. And that's the power of sowing and reaping. That's the law.
Yeah.
What you give is what you get.
Yes, that's very true.
But in addition to that, people want to sow and then they immediately want it back. And like, why?
It doesn't work that way.
I love you. And now you got to say, I love me back. Like,
it doesn't work that
give
way.
because you want to give, because
Right.
it feels good, and then you'll get it back. And people are expecting sometimes for it to come back from that same person. You're gonna get back what you gave. You may not get it back from where you gave, but you will get it back. But we get so discouraged because it hasn't manifested yet. And so then we just give up. And now you just dug up the seed before it had the chance to
right. Because you get it back when you're supposed to get it back, not when you want it back. That's what people don't correlate that. It's like you can sow a lot of seeds, but you have to keep watering them. And you get back what you're supposed to get back when you're supposed to get it. So people understand it's not on their timeline. It's not on your timeline. You just put out good and it'll come back to you. You just have to wait on it.
Right. You don't get what you want. You get who you are. And if you really are a cheerful giver, this is something that you like to do. You just give because you just enjoy giving.
True.
Then you're going to get it back. Now, if you don't want to give, then don't do it. Because I don't do like obligation, like, well, Sarah Dickerson, you said, no, that's not how that works. No,
that's not how it works at all.
I wanted to do it. Now, if I say I'm going to do something, that's my word, whether or not I want to do it or not. If I say I'm going to do something, that's one thing. But don't do or commit to something and you don't really want to do it. And then be mad and resentful. I've seen both sides of that as a member of this organization. And trust me, giving just because, someone told you, oh, you should because deference, or you should give because we need somebody to clean up after the event, or because somebody told you that. No, you give because you want to.
Right.
And that's how you get.
That's very true. And I hope y'all just caught that knowledge that she just dropped on y'all. I'm just saying. I caught it, but I be catching all the knowledge that's been dropped on this show, and a lot of things you can just apply to your everyday life. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything that's related to the organization. You just apply it to your day-to-day. That was knowledge you could just apply to your day-to-day. It don't have nothing to do necessarily with Sigma Gamma Rho, but you can use that in your everyday to day life. Just saying. Take it if you want it, or leave it on the table.
One of the many perks we have.
Up to you. All right. So we're coming up on our last question, this is the last question that I have been asking everyone since I had Sora Merriweather on the show like 6 episodes ago, maybe.
Okay.
But all of the answers have been different, so I love this question, and this is the last question for the rest of the season for everybody else that's coming up on the show. So there. If you could have a conversation with any of the founders, which one would you pick, and what would you ask her?
I would pick founder Dorothy Hanley Whiteside.
Okay.
Absolutely. Hands down. Okay. So just brief history about founder Whiteside. Obviously she was a teacher, but she retired to help her husband as his ambitions of being a businessman, and they had a lucrative business together. And she and they worked together on this business until he became ill and then eventually transitioned. And then she went back to teaching. Also, she was in business. She had her own business. She made hats. She was millinery. So she made hats. That was also her business. So she helped her husband with his business, and she also had her own business. And as a side note, she played the organ at the church. So there's a few things about her life, and I name those things because it's, again, Sigma is always a reflection of my own life. So my grandmother actually went to millinery school, and she made hats. She was known for her amazing hats. And she played the organ at the church. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm also an entrepreneur, and I love the fact that she had her own business. And I actually really love the fact that she retired from something that she loved, teaching, education, to help her husband run his business. She, in essence, was a helpmeet. And the question that I would ask would be, what is your perspective of partnership as it relates to marriage? And I'm asking that because I'm single, and I look at marriage more so as a partnership rather than some form of achievement or based solely on love. This is a life partner. This is a person that you're partnered with to do certain things with, like in a business, making some money. At least that's what my interest lies. And so I would really like to know her perspective of partnership as it relates to, business and balancing that with being a wife. Obviously, back then, they had like wifely duties.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily talk about gender roles now. Right. But
that was the thing back then.
It was a
that thing was legit the thing back then. So
absolutely. So I really admire her life. And then even after her husband made his transition, she didn't lose herself. She went back to the thing that she loved, which was teaching. Yeah. She had purpose. She had a goal, and she helped others. And so out of all of the founders, I think all the founders are obviously amazing.
Right.
But that's one founder that I feel like is an amazing reflection. And it would have been really nice to have a conversation with her. I really admire her story.
I like that a lot. I've had like 3 people say Mary Lou, Allison Gardner Little, of course, because she was the primary founder and she did a lot of phenomenal things, but they all did. I mean, I did have a source say Community McClure. It's like she wasn't here for a long time, but she did a lot in a short amount of time. She did a lot of things in 2 years. Yes. If you don't know all the stuff Community McClure did, you need to read your history book part 1, because her name is all up and through that of all of the stuff that she did to help get this organization established and things that we are still using to this day, 100 years later. So shout out to her. Shout out to all the founders, because we wouldn't be here without them. I'm just saying, and they were some phenomenal women. And I say that all the time because they were. So a couple of things. First, we have to say happy birthday to Sora Dickerson, because today is her birthday. Hi, get it, girl. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, she thought I forgot, but I didn't. I didn't forget. Second, so I don't know, you guys have been seeing my earrings kind of going back and forth. They just say Black Girl Magic. They're wooden. I got them at an African art festival many moons ago. So if there is one that's coming up in your town before Centennial, you can find them, or you can Google them and find them, because, y'all be asking sometimes and I'll be trying to tell y'all where I get the stuff from. But I bought these like 5 years ago, so I don't remember, but they was only $5, so whatever. They say Black Girl Magic.
Nice.
Because I'm magical, as we all are. Okay. Now, this shirt that I'm wearing today, let me adjust my camera a little bit. Shirt that I'm wearing, it says, made later, but much greater. Road to 100, 1922 to 2022. I believe that I got this from Proso Diva, but don't quote me on that, because I have been buying so much stuff this last, year and a half to prepare for the Centennial. I don't remember where I got all of the stuff from. I just take it out the bag and put it on my clothes rack in my office/closet in my house. So I don't know where I got this from, but I believe this is a Proso Diva shirt. You can ask her. She's on Instagram and Facebook under Proso Diva. So I'm just saying, check her out. I love her stuff. So now it is time for the countdown. From today's episode, we are 89 days away from our July the 12th celebration. Y'all ready? Because we've been sold out several weeks ago. So I hope you got your tickets. Okay. And that's all I have to say about that. Be there, be square. We are 212 days away from November 12th, 2022, which is going to be a super magical, emotional, fantastic, wonderful day in a sisterhood. So if you're not planning to be in Indianapolis, Indiana, I don't know what to tell you, because that's where I'm going to be, on the campus of Butler University, hopefully somewhere near my brick. I'm going to try and find it because I have one, and I'm waiting to see once I get there in July where my brick is going to be, because it's supposed to be done before we get there for the July celebration. So for that. Now, for our next episode that's coming up in 2 weeks, I'm just going to say it's going to be an experience with some legacies of our region. And that's all I'm going to say. It's a teaser. So that means that you have to watch it once it's posted for you all to watch it. It's going to be so amazing. And that's all I can say. I can't tell you nothing else because it's just, I can't tell you, but it's going to be great. And then, we have some other phenomenal guests coming up, rounding out the months of May and June. Our last episode is going to be on June 23rd. I keep telling you all that. So be on the lookout for that. If you have any questions, my information is right there. You can send me a direct message or Messenger on Facebook or Instagram. L. Talise Bates on Facebook, Lauren Talise on Instagram. Both of my pages are public. So look me up if you have questions or anything like that, you want to know something, or if you have, suggestions for guests for next season, season 2. We are planning a season 2. It is in the works right now. I may or may not be your host. I don't know yet. We'll see. But there are some things in the works for us to have a season 2 and maybe do it on a bigger scale with, maybe more people or not. I don't know yet. We're still working out the details. I would like to say, contracts are in negotiation. But there is no contract because I do this for free because I love y'all. So there's no contract. I just do this because I love the sisterhood. And I think that we should all be able to know each other better outside of what the person is doing, especially the people that are in leadership, because they are all volunteers, whether they are elected or appointed, they're still volunteering their time to service the greater, because we are greater. So just keep that in mind. If you're thinking about maybe, trying to possibly putting out for an appointed position for the next sorority year, do that once that opens up. Join a committee, because you will learn a lot and you will be able to network and connect with other people that may have some of the same interests as you. Just a thought. Do you have any closing words for Dickerson?
Well, let me just say, let me first thank you for thinking of me and inviting me to your show. This was absolutely amazing. I enjoyed myself. Love the questions, the format, everything. This has been absolutely great. So thank you. Secondly, just shout out to all the sorors, to our Philos, our roars, everybody that's a part of our Sigma family, and everybody that just loves Sigma Gamma Rho. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to our sponsors. Shouts out to our partnerships. Everybody, just thank you for being you. Thank you for partnering with us. And just words I want to leave with my sorors. Just stay great. This is who you've been called to be. This is no accident. We are connected. We are one. This is no accident that we are here. We are a reflection of each other. And so what I see in Soror Bates is what I see in myself. What I see in myself, I see in Soror Bates. I see in the next soror. I believe in our sisterhood, and I believe in our sisterhood because I believe in myself. And I am a part of an organization that is greater because I was greater before I joined. It would have been no possibility of me being a part of this organization if I wasn't already great. And so I just encourage all of my sorors to turn within and to affirm and assume your truth every day. And that is your greatness. I'm so proud to be a part of this organization. I'm so glad and proud to be just with you. So shout out to us.
Yes. Shout out to us. Yes, because we are greater. I love that. That's the best way to end the show for today. Thank you once again for joining us for Captivating Conversations. My name is Sora Lauren T. Bates, life member number 1704. Centennial Anti-Bacillus of the Zeta Zeta Sigma chapter in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And we will see you next time. Bye.